Yeah, you are welcome to turn on the mics and the video because we are just few of us. So especially if you don't have a lot of background noise, it wouldn't make any distractions. So yeah, let's just stick to the plan. Mhm, mhm. Ah, so let's start with the so first of all, hello and thank you that you actually joined the call. I understand that sometimes it's easier to look through the record, but there is some magic in discussing this online together, and the ability to ask questions and for me too to ask some questions. Uh-huh. Mm, yeah, no problem. You can use that. So yeah, so I would start with the saying that I deliberately make this task simple to the last task, the address poisoning, simple, very limited scope, and it actually the very like a lot of more than it was before uh, participants and successful participants, most of them, and yeah, let's get into the my solution, which is pretty straightforward. Uh, okay. Yeah, so let's uh, let's just in two words. What was the task? The task was trying to recognize to find the address poisoning attack for the relatively big value transactions. We are trying to look for the some other transactions that are from another address, which is very similar to the one we just send the money to. So that it will actually the person who just sent the money would probably some at some with some probability will send the money again and maybe mix the two addresses and send to the wrong address. I guess if this is something that is done, somebody had actually made this mistake and more than once. So yeah, so the it's like it's pretty straightforward. Let's get to the my solution. So it's and again, it's straightforward. So first of all, there is a subquery with the large transfers, the one we are actually looking for. Like for these transfers, we want to find the these poisoning ones. So and here, like basically, uh, yeah, I don't think this part is important. So here we are uh, limiting the time range. We only care about the transfers and with the transfers that only are worth something like significant amount. And then, so here's basically all these conditions are from the task. And here for this one, we are selecting, like we are joining all the transfers that are with the same here I did just the same block hour, so we know that they are always in the same block hour, so it was just easier to do. And but it's basically it's just each here could be the same time range. And yeah, so again here we have this condition that the first four symbols of this address, owner address, are the same as the one we just this transaction sent to. And this amount yeah, amount transfer. And yeah, basically, here's the condition for the 10 minutes maximum interval after our transaction. And basically, that's it. So it's not, as I said, it's quite simple. And I think that all of the participants that actually send this solution, they are succeeded. So they mostly it was exactly equal. The naming here is a little bit different, and I'm not sure. I will definitely copy this to the Discord, so we actually can take a look at like my solution. But I actually, if you're the person who actually submitted, and I saw that some of the solutions are actually even better than mine in sense of how fast they work, and like how it's easy to read. So I suggest that other participants, they also share their work in this week 5 Discord topic. So I think it's worth to look through other solutions. Maybe something interesting is there, especially the ones who get, for example, this query took 15 seconds, and there was a participant whose query is working under 5 seconds for some reason. So I didn't get into the query itself, but it probably it's not just a coincidence. So it's interesting what is done different there than here. But most of the queries were around 15-20 seconds, similar to this. And one more thing here, I don't do the duplication because so I saw that it's not important, and I will just do the duplication after this query with the result like post processing. So it could be done in SQL, but it's not done here. It's done for the purpose of score calculation. I doing it in Python. Okay, so do you have any questions about like my solution, or maybe something about the your solution? Maybe you want to share. Like I see that we have Adam, Bean. I'm not sure. I hope that I pronounced it right. And Krisen. So if you have questions, or if you want to share something about your solution, please do that.
Hello, Jim. Yeah, I can hear me.
Sorry, I have so I didn't heard your last phrase because I didn't have the audio on for some reason.
Okay.
Could you
It's
just
fine. No, yeah, I was just trying to say hello, and
ah
I kind of came in a bit like late for the project. So this is done, right? Like this, the project, the competition, this one is done, right?
yeah, this is so how it's usually done, how it was done before the big machine learning like task that was in during the April May during the month of April.
Yeah.
We were doing the one task a week, and so we are starting the call with the explaining the solution, and maybe discussing a little bit, and then we introduce a new task. So right after this one, we introduce the new task. So it's always something active, but this one is finished. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks. I'll just keep an eye out for the next one as well.
Sure.
Thanks. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anybody else? Okay. So let's get to the plan. So yeah. So we have no questions. I think it's clear enough, especially if you're a participant. and you probably did about the same, and you know that you get the same, like, probably get the right result, as I said before. So yeah, so I have this table. So the some rows are hidden because some participants did like send few attempts, and I only here I only look through the last one. So, but you can see here that first of all, the score, it's calculated automatically, just comparing the pairs of this the wallet which was attacked and attacking wallet. This and most of the participants are just get exactly like the same result, the correct one, and so in this case, the score will be here exactly one. Some of them, like their set of the transactions was a little bit broader. I'm not 100% sure like why, but I just trusted the probably the my solution was correct. I hope that, and so I believe that this is some extra pairs and not me did done something wrong. But this is also like if you want this to discuss about this in the right now or in the topic in Discord, it's okay. I mean, but of course it wouldn't change the results significantly. It's just more for the better understanding. So, and here it's interesting, the column, here's how much time the query actually took. And we see here are some different values from 4 seconds up to 55 seconds. And here is also the bonus for the early submission and the total score. And as I said before, among all the participants who did send the correct solution, there is a small prize fund, and it will be distributed among them. I guess once more on this for the newcomers. Would it be because I didn't filter on the actions transfer? It is possible. I think that the one action is a transfer, and the second action is mint, and I'm not sure if this filter is significant. So it could be something else. For example, it could be strict comparison instead of non-strict, like, or something like this. So just touching only few transactions. If you're interested, just write in the Discord, and we can after the even today after that in the evening, we can get into this and look on the specific transactions and specific wallets that that are different in your solution from others, and this way we will see what exactly is different. And I think it would be pretty obvious from there what's like why is the difference is given the difference of these pairs of wallets and your query. So that we can do this. So yeah, so the results are announced. So, and as I said before, if I have that, like the most of these submissions are like almost perfect, or it seems that the task is simple, too simple, maybe not enough challenge, I will try for the next task to make it more difficult. And the same, I mean, if almost nobody can solve it, I will make it simpler. So the next task would be a little bit more complicated, but not too much, I hope. Yeah, so the next the next is new task. Just checking again if you have any questions regarding this part. One more thing. For this like more for the fun, I guess. The reward is paid in the SSS tokens, which are like it's quite easy to convert them back to Solana, but basically the idea is here like this. So it's a common pool. So if you just want the money, it's what you want, it's what you need to do. You just sell it. If you don't really need the money, you can just keep it for as a, I guess, more for emotional part. And this way the other participant will get a little bit more. That's basically it. Yeah, and what's next? So yeah, let's go to the new task now. Yeah. So the one thing I wanted to analyze for some time, and of course this is not too deep, but it's a first step, is that there are a lot of tokens created on the Solana, and specifically meme coins. But interesting thing here that many of them are created by the same people, and sometimes it's just the same wallet. But the one thing we want to understand in this task is that when there is a wallet which like sending the some tokens, some Solana, to be able to create many different meme coins from different wallets. So the person who is behind this probably automated it somehow, or just trying to be less visible. And this way, like what we want to achieve here is to actually look on the wallets that are funding these creative wallets, instead of looking. So in this way, we can understand maybe a better picture and see some patterns. And like this is the idea behind this task. But of course, let's just go through the, I guess, through the example, might be easier to understand. So I just pick a random token, and so let's go to it. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, so if you have any question, you can turn on the mic or write the text message. So it's completely random. So what we can see here, that for this token, we have a creator and a transaction. So let's go to the creator. And here we understand that, okay, we want to understand what was the first interaction with this wallet, who actually sent the funds to this wallet. And you see that it was 11 hours ago. This wallet was like a funding wallet for this creator wallet. So right before the token creation, somebody sent some like couple of $100 to this wallet in Solana. And yeah, this is basically what we want to find. Who, like for each new created token, we want to understand who created it and who funded this wallet. And sometimes we will see like some chains or some clusters there, just in a small amount of data. Of course, if you have more data, you can understand more. But as usual, to make this scope smaller and so that the people with, for example, with the Dune, free Dune account can participate. It is limited, but you can build on top of it. Yeah, so I covered the example part. It's basically exactly what I just did. And your goal is for the sum set of these tokens, understand the creator wallet and funding wallet. Yeah, so important part, there are some like limitations as always, just to make it, I guess, simpler. In order to like define what we consider the funding wallet, we only look on the native Solana transfers, not RapidSol or other tokens, and at least I guess it's around $2 right now, so it's 0.01 Solana. So if it's less, we just skip it. And one very significant, like first of all, we only will take the tokens that were created during 30 minutes interval, again, to make it manageable. And the second thing is like you can't really to understand who funded the wallet unless you get all the history of all the transfers for this wallet. And for some wallets, obviously, it could be years or at least months. And when I try to build the queries which actually make this in a reasonable time, I didn't manage to do this. So for this task, I decided to make this like optimization, which obviously not ideal. So we only look in the last week transactions. So only 1 week of transactions transfers, and only looks through them to find this funding transaction. And for some wallets, like the one, for some tokens, like the one we just discussed, it's perfectly okay because the funding transaction was just minutes before the creation. But for some, it will give I guess, just the wrong strange results. And yeah, but it's doable, but I don't know how to do this reasonably simple in the context of this competition, like for the learning and understanding this. So this is the important simplification, and just to understand that this is not ideal, but it still could provide some interesting information. Yeah, so what suggested to have in your output is this the token. We like for each token, when it was created and when we found the first transfer, and also the wallets which created the token and fund this creator wallet, amount of fund, and the transactions connected to this operations of creating and transfer funding. And yeah, but most important columns are the token min address, the N2 wallets, just because this is what I can automatically compare, and this is how I would understand if the solution giving the right or wrong result. So there are a few tables here. So I suggest to look on those 3 tables in Dune. If you work on this Dune, it's probably where you get all the data needed. It's up to you to decide if you want to use this or find something else which would like make it easier for you to get the result. But it's perfectly okay if you use any Dune tables or even any data source outside of Dune. It's perfectly okay as long as it will just achieve the same result. So for now I stick with the same approach. So I will just compare these sets of the records, and depending on the how much is correct or not, the score would be devised for your solution. So even if your solution only detects like 50%, it's still a good solution. Maybe not perfectly successful, but it's something. So it's worth to submit. And because of this limitation I introduced with this just 1 week of transfers, I propose 2 additional small or not bonus tasks for this, like for this query. You can try to determine if the wallet is funded within 20 hours before the creation and add additional column. And if it's correct, it will also give you 10% bonus for the score. And one other thing, which I think is achievable, but it might be hard, I'm not sure. So if you can understand, like if you have lived this last week condition and understand for each wallet actual funding transaction and funding wallet, even if it's old, even if it's many months and years even, like this definitely will give you a 50% bonus. Yeah, so up to you if you want to try it or not. Yeah, and again, as usual, the early submission, so it means that it's submitted up to Saturday this week, you will get a little bit more bonus points. And if it's last day submission on Sunday, you will not get them. So it's just again for the it would be easier to start earlier with this. So this is the reason for this. I guess it's why it's organized like this. Yeah, so the rest is basically not changed. So let's we don't have much time, so it was um, longer than I expected, but we have time for questions. So do you have questions about the new task? And you can use mic or the text if you want. Yeah, so I don't hear anybody now. Okay, so I guess that it means that no questions for now. So you can continue to ask questions in Discord as usual during the days of this task until the Sunday. And it means that we have few minutes to the rest. So yeah, so I have this idea that now I guess the idea is tested and I see some interest, and I want to do it more systematical. And for this systematic approach, I need some help. So if you are if you're like a prize winner, so it means that you successfully submitted at least one task, you're like invited if you want. If you want to help, and this means you can be in the role of like a checker or trying to build new tasks or even help with organization. It's totally like all of these roles are now vacant. So if you want to help, and this is, of course, this is not a full-time thing. It's more like a side hustle for me. And I can propose again that some reasonable money for this work, but it's a community project, so it's not too big, at least right now. But I mean, if you have any questions, I think it's okay. I think that we can. I want to invite specifically the people who already submitted at least one solution for any task before that. So I would like to discuss this in the prize winner. Like there is a special chat for the people who actually solved at least one task successfully. So we can discuss it there, because this is I invite the people who actually have some successful experience with the task before, so they understand what they are actually will be doing probably. Okay. That's all. I covered all what I wanted, and then we don't have much time, but now if you have any questions, you can ask them. Okay. So I guess that we conclude. So any plans for another machine learning challenge? Yeah, there are plans, and I can say two things: that it will be 100% automated. So, I mean, it's mean that there will be in a way that will not need to that much attention for reviewing the solutions. This is one thing. It would probably not be in at least next 2 months. So it might be in August or September. This is the idea, but it's not. So I can't like guarantee, but this is the idea. So not for some time. There would be just these analytical challenges, and then I want to make a new machine learning competition, but this, of course, still takes a lot of time. So I can, so it's the pace is different. It's not one per week, probably like 3, 4, probably 4 times per year. It's a very good. I mean, if I could achieve this, it's a very good frequency for this type of things. And if you have the ideas for this ML competition, like any new one, the next one, you're welcome to bring them, and also to help to organize them if you're more from the machine learning background. Yeah, so what I want to do is to actually bring the people together who can do the analytics and machine learning, because I personally believe that it's a lot of room for the machine learning models in analytics, and also the other way around for Solana, because it's like a lot of data and it's much hidden there. So yeah, I mean, if this community will grow, I hope that it will grow both from people who can do analytics well and machine learning well. Okay, so I guess that's it. And the last final chance to make a comment or ask a question. Okay, so that's it. Good luck with the new task.